Liverpool will benefit from the £84 million Barcelona mess. We have already said many times that Liverpool desperately want Jude Bellingham. But right now the midfield crisis has gained dimensions and FSG is expected to take quick action. When Jürgen Klopp only talks about going for the right candidate, Liverpool fans naturally think of Jude Bellingham. But by 2023, must Liverpool be pushed off the cliff? The gap of the team in the midfield is so big that it cannot be overlooked, and in 3 games played in the Premier League, the midfield was wired. This is not just a crisis of injuries. Some of the players in Liverpool's squad have contract problems and some of them are really underperforming. For example, this fan is tired of waiting for Thiago and Keita's injuries. Moreover, it is the last year of Keita's contract and if an agreement is not reached, there will be a numerical decrease. On the other hand, even if the old names do their best, it is not enough. There's a lot of belief that Jordan Henderson can't do what he once did at number 8. He's still a very good player, the on-court leader under Klopp, but it's hard to see the team fighting for the league if the current situation is allowed to continue. The real question here is Bellingham is much better than Liverpool midfielders, yes, but is it worth risking this season to buy him? This is certainly a huge risk because there is no guarantee that Borussia Dortmund will sell to Liverpool and, in the worst case scenario, if Liverpool finish this season outside of the top 4, the player's side may consider better options. There are a number of midfielders on the market that are likely to implicitly talk about Bellingham in Klopp's statements, but which can be considered correct in the market. If we turn our eyes to Barcelona, there is already a star that stands out directly. Gavi stated that Jules Koundé, who signed recently, had to sell in order to be licensed. Maybe there's a core of 3 or 4 untouchables that potentially excludes Pedri, but one extremely exciting talent still hasn't signed a new contract, Gavi. Time is ticking on a deal that expires next year. According to the news from Spain, Liverpool wants to take advantage of this mess in Barcelona. Spanish sources have revealed that the young star's release clause is £84 million. Gavi, who recently turned 18, was part of the Barcelona ace team. It's not hard to see why. A threat from the midfield, penalty kicks are in the 85th percentile for unexpected goals and assists. He's also adept at advancing the ball with his awesome dribbling skills and will have caught Klopp's attention with his 23.97 shot in 90 minutes. Where Bellingham comes out a little better is his progress on the passes, an area where Gavi falls behind, albeit with impressive passing accuracy. But the duo are featured on each other's alike players lists on FBref, showing that Liverpool have options beyond the Borussia Dortmund star. This seems like the obvious solution for Liverpool, especially in light of the contract situation and the open struggles at Barcelona. This does not mean that it will be an easy transfer for FSG, but using this economic crisis in Barcelona, it may be possible to see a very big star in red colours. Moreover, while Bernardo Silva's claims have strengthened, he will have seen that the time he will receive in Gavi will decrease and there will be a pause in the contract extension negotiations. Time is running out for the FSG, but if the big fish are caught, it's a redeemable chance for everyone. Bumper midfield from Liverpool. Liverpool could solve their midfield issues by moving in for Leicester City's £22 million midfielder who could sign for absolute peanuts. The Reds are currently battling an injury crisis in the middle of the court that has hit them the hardest. With less than 10 days in the window, the Reds need to act fast to secure someone to play in their immediate midfield. While the Gavi, which we just mentioned, is seen as a longer-term investment, the club also has short-term solutions. Recent reports suggest that Leicester's 23-year-old young star, Boubakary Soumaré, may be moving. Given that the Reds need someone soon, the French midfielder could be an excellent signing given that he hasn't had a regular start at Leicester and can be relatively inexpensive. He had links with Liverpool and other top clubs before signing with Foxes, but he certainly didn't start out with the Leicester jersey the way he wanted. The French player has a market cap of £22.5 million and earns £99,000 a week. His contract expires in 2026. He was also linked to his move to Crystal Palace, and it is clear that he is free to leave the club. Soumaire was part of the Lille squad that ended Paris Saint-Germain's dominance in France, and his midfield performance caught the attention of many top clubs when the Reds won the Ligue 1 title. He started 21 games in this title fight, but has seen a sad drop in his stats since moving to Leicester, with only dribbles completed and antennas 1 per 90 minutes stand out here. He was never on the ball while in Lille, and last season averaged just 28 passes per 90 minutes for the Foxes, a success rate of 82%. He is seen more as a wall-like defensive anchor. There are defensive actions with 2 tackles and 1.5 interceptions per game. He could help give Liverpool some extra steel in the midfield as part of a 2 or 3 man midfielder. Jamie Carragher announces Liverpool star is leaving. After Roberto Firmino's performance against Manchester United, he seems to have given a clear answer to the questions of whether he should stay with the team next season. In the absence of the suspended Darwin Nunez and the absence of injured Diogo Jota, the Brazilian player found a place in the squad and started the match in the starting 11th. Firmino has been an incredible player for Liverpool over the years, but his declining performance in recent seasons shows he doesn't deserve a new deal. Former Liverpool legend Jamie Carragher made a statement after Liverpool's 2-1 loss to Manchester United. Carragher claimed it was his last year based on Firmino's performance in the match. "I think the future of Roberto Firmino is very clear. He will be on the roster this year, but next year he will probably leave the team for free," he said. When we look at the statistics, there is a very sad picture for Firmino. Fabio Carvalho, the new signing of this year, has 4 shots in the Premier League in 40 minutes, while Firmino's 1 shot in 141 minutes is another indicator of ineffectiveness. As it is evident in the photo you see on the screen, Firmino comes almost to the midfield to get the ball. Firmino closed the centre and gave Salah and Diaz a more comfortable game. The 30-year-old star contributed 11 goals and 5 assists in 35 games last season. However, he only started 10 Premier League games. His role has been further diminished since Nunez's arrival, as he falls below Jota in his stunning pecking order. If this will be his last year, it will still play a big part, given how injuries occur in cup competitions that typically rotate. Of course, Nunez can start the next 2 games while serving his suspension. However, if it will be Firmino's last season, he will still want to be remembered with a good performance.